Hello, everyone. Welcome officially to the road to Endwalker. I'm going to be spending however long it takes to get Shadowbringers done before Endwalker comes out, which means the next couple streams are going to be exclusively MSQ for a while. Now, is that a bad thing? No. Is that a good thing? Maybe. Am I going to lose my mind doing this? Also maybe. I forgot to turn on my lamp. That's better. Let's get started. Hey, Tataru. The Circus Trench.
Good news, Umbra. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for that beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the ironworks and the suns not added to the number of our party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover.
There we go. And we better go give him a hand.
My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is that mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them, and before the Emperor comes calling again. Meaning we have no time to lose. There's a boat in North Silvertear waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way.
Oh! Is that the quest accepted sound? Ooh! Of all of the quest accepted sounds, I'm actually not sure which is my favorite. Right now I think it's Stormblood. Like, Shadowbringers quest accepted sound effect is good, but Stormblood just sounded so triumphant. So I'm not sure which one's gonna win yet. Heading to the survey site, madam. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat. Tataru! Voiced?
Look how many people there are.
Ooh, I like that echo effect.
Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
God damn it.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Biggs! Wedge!
Aww.
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called the chief for some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Ooh.
This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Voices in the background.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Oh, safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
Aww. There. Ouchie eyeballs. So from what I understand, we are on the source, which is the middle of the 13 worlds. So if you think of them as a line, we are in the center, which means that the source...
Oh, do not look at me so.
Stop.
You're slaves to a tyrant. There's no freedom in that.
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
But so we're the seventh world. We're the seventh of 13, as I understand it. And the 13th became the void. It got consumed by darkness. And the first is the one we're going to. I think.
Your time has not yet come.
Jesus. That's a bright screen right there. It's the Warrior of Darkness.
endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Oh, that music. Hey, it's the merchant guy.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night? Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply. Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when.
Wow. No night for 100 years.
You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then. Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you'd best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
Dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
Wow. This area is so pretty.
halt! Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
Sure.
From where do you hail? Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass. That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
Oh no!
Everything all right, Captain?
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Oh, shit, it's still going. Okay.
Right then. Before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
I didn't have much of a choice.
I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise.
Yep.
Even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions. That is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you.
Okay.
Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. a luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost.
Holy
and the
shit.
fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the First from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes.
So this is where the Warriors of Darkness are from.
Depriving a world of its champion, I had to try. For in saving the First, you would bring salvation to the Source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. Ooh. Yes. Very cool. This is just a little better, though. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystanium civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetheryte, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should, in theory, be able to reach all the way back along your etheric trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. After you have done so, walk up the steps to the next to the Aetheryte and head out to the left to arrive in the crystalline Mean. This is where you'll find our collection of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Catlis, one of the people I should like you to meet. Another is Morin. To reach him and his cabinet of curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps, take the exit on the left, and simply continue straight along and down until you come to the large doors at the end of the path. The third and final person I should like you to meet is Braggy, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Aetheryte Plaza. In seeking out each of my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Very good. I concede. The layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be in finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you've finished making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Until then. This place is so pretty! By focusing your senses, you detect the flow of vastly different currents of ether. Your connection to these energies is faint but stable, and should allow you to teleport to Aetherites in the source. Set as a home point. After all, I might as well. Excuse me, sir, do you mind fixing my shit? Thanks.